two men, two of the clearest voices on finding what you really are. And they say the opposite things.
One of them, U.G. Krishnamurti, says, "There is no self. There is no enlightenment. There is nothing to find, and the one looking is the only problem." The other, Nisargadatta Maharaj, says, "You are the self. You are everything. The whole universe lives in you. No self, the self, nothing, everything." If they're both right, and I think they are, then something very strange and very freeing is going on. Let's walk into it. Start with Yuji, because he takes everything away. Yuji spent decades chasing enlightenment, and then declared in his own words, "All my life I searched, and I wanted to be an enlightened man, and I discovered that there is no such thing as enlightenment at all. Not hard to reach, never there." And it goes deeper. He said the question that haunted him his whole life ended in a single flash. There is no self to realize. What the hell have I been doing all this time? Sit with how brutal that is. Every method you've ever tried, every meditation, every retreat, every breath you took to get there, Yuji says was self-centered. His line, "All your meditations, all your prayer, all that you do is self-centered. It is strengthening the self, so it is taking you in the opposite direction. The effort to lose yourself feeds the self. The secret is the thing being sought around." Yuji doesn't hand you a path, he takes the ground out from under the one walking it. Now the other voice, Nisargadatta Maharaj, a cigarette shop owner in Bombay who became one of the great non-dual teachers through the book I Am That. Where Yuji negates, Nisargadatta affirms, "You are not the body, you are not the mind, you are the self. Pure being, the I am that everything rests on, not a small self, the self of all." It sounds like the exact opposite of Yuji. Where Yuji says nothing, Nisargadatta seems to say everything. But listen to what Nisargadatta himself said, and this is the line that unlocks the whole thing. "When I look inside and see that I am nothing, that is wisdom. When I look outside and see that I am everything, that is love. And between these two, my life flows." Read that again. I am nothing. I am everything. The same man, the same breath. Nisargadatta isn't on the other team from Yuji. He's holding both poles at once. So how can there is no self and you are the self both be true? Because they're aimed at the same target from opposite sides. And the target is the separate personal you, the little me behind the eyes that feels alone and has to manage a life. Yuji kills it by negation. No self, no enlightenment, nothing to get, drop it all. And what he's left with is bare being, though he'd refused to even name it. Nisargadatta kills the very same thing by affirmation. You're not that little me, you're the self, the I am, the being everything shares. Expand past the person and the person dissolves just the same. Here's the secret most arguments miss. The self Nisargadatta points to is not a thing. It's a no thing. It has no edges, no location, no personality. It is not an upgraded you. And the nothing that Yuji points to is not a void, not a deadness. It's full, alive, free. Nisargadatta's everything and Yuji's nothing are the same place. One man walks you there by taking everything away. The other by giving you everything until the separate one drinking it in disappears. Negation and affirmation, wisdom and love, nothing and everything. Two trails, one summit. I'll tell you why this matters to me, and not just as philosophy. For years I lived in the affirming traditions. Siddha Yoga, Nisargadatta, you are the self. You are that feeling, that beingness. You are that. Feel the beingness within. It was beautiful. It got me close. But part of me was still reaching. Still a seeker, collecting one more glimpse. Sure, the real thing was one practice away. And then I read Yuji, who told me there was nothing to reach, no one to do the reaching, and that all my striving was the problem. If I'd only had Yuji, I think I'd have been left cold. All demolition, no ground. If I'd had only Nisargadatta, I might still be reaching. But together, the affirmation showed me what I was. The negation knocked away the one still trying to get it. A push and a tug. And the search came apart in my hands. That's the dichotomy of duality. You may not need the same spices that I did, but you might need both directions. Someone to fill you up and someone to empty you out before the thing they're both pointing at finally shows itself.
That's what we do here. We hold the contradictions, Yuji and the masters who sound nothing like him. We let them rub together until the sparks jump.
No single path, a spice rack. A push here, a tug there. If this is your kind of search, subscribe. Come sit with the next one. And if you want where all of this left me, I wrote it down. I do not exist, and neither do you. It's one title. I don't care is another. And you can find what they're about in the descriptions. They're the closest I've come to putting the whole stew on a page. Until next time, stop looking so hard. It might be closer than the search.